What's up, family? Hope you're well, wherever you are in the world. Just chilling at home. Figured we'd do another reading of Chant and Be Happy, the Power of Mantra Meditation, based on the teachings of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder and acharya of our Hare Krishna tradition here. So this book is pretty short overall. Comes in at just over 100 pages, really, 115. But it's really chewy, so we're just going to take it slow. My last video I did, we read sort of like an opening from George Harrison and like a preface. And so now there's an introduction. So we got a foreword, we got a preface, and now an introduction. So the introduction we're going to finish, and then we're going to start on the first chapter because it's a little long. It's an interview. So we're probably going to split that up into 3 videos, I think. But yeah, so I really like this book. I hope you guys get a lot out of it, you know. There's a lot of peace to be found in it, and in the chanting of the holy names during a time like this, you know. It's really, I don't think any of us expected that our lifetime would be the one to endure like a pandemic, you know, like you never think it's going to happen to you, you know, but here we are, you know. So we can't choose kind of what happens to us in our lifetime, but we can choose how we respond to it. And I'm always trying to ask myself the question, you know, how can I grow from this? What is there to learn from this, you know? So even the worst, most unfair kind of hand that I'm dealt, I can still find some meaning, and I can still find something that I want to keep from it, you know? I've been through some shit in my life for sure, you know, and I didn't have the wisdom initially to ask the question then, but at least now looking back on it, I can always ask myself, you know, how can I grow? How can I grow from this? So as you guys are staying home and staying safe, you know, and just sort of dealing with things day to day as they come, don't forget to look within and ask, how can I grow from this? You know. So let's jump in. The introduction after the preface and the foreword. On chanting. This is really cool. On chanting. Shortly after His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada brought the Hare Krishna mantra to the West in 1965, Hare Krishna became a household word. In 1979, Dr. A.L. Basham, the world's leading authority on Indian history and religion, wrote of the Hare Krishna movement. It arose out of nothing in less than 20 years and has become known all over the West. This, I feel, is a sign of the times and an important fact in the history of the Western world. But what exactly do the words Hare Krishna mean? In this short address from the LP Krishna Consciousness, which introduced Beatles George Harrison and John Lennon to the chanting, Srila Prabhupada explains the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra. So, Prabhupada, in 1970, I think it was, sailed from India on a boat by himself with no money, just a handful of manuscripts of translations of Vedic texts. He was old as hell. Sailed by himself to basically bring the Hare Krishna mantra to the Western world. And so one of the things he got to do was to record an album, basically of like chanting and different like spiritual songs, bhajans, and basically George Harrison and the Beatles got a hold of it and like loved it. And so we'll find out more about the history of those two together a little later. But just so you know, you can find Srila Prabhupada's albums where he teaches and sings and chants, and it's super sick. And Srila Prabhupada explains, The transcendental vibration established by the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the sublime method for reviving our transcendental consciousness. As living souls, we are all originally Krishna-conscious entities, but due to our association with matter from time immemorial, our consciousness is now adulterated by the material atmosphere. The material atmosphere in which we are now living is called Maya, or illusion. Maya means that which is not. And what is illusion? The illusion is that we are all trying to be lords of material nature, while actually we are under the grip of her stringent laws. When a servant artificially tries to imitate the all-powerful master, he is said to be in illusion. We are trying to exploit the resources of material nature, but actually we are becoming more and more entangled in her complexities. Therefore, although we are engaged in a hard struggle to conquer nature, we are ever more dependent on her. This illusory struggle against material nature can be stopped at once by our revival of our eternal Krishna consciousness. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the transcendental process for reviving this original, pure consciousness. By chanting this transcendental vibration, we can cleanse away all misgivings within our hearts. The basic principle of all such misgivings is the false consciousness that I am Lord of all I survey. Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition of the mind. This consciousness is the original material energy of the living entity. When we hear this transcendental vibration, this consciousness is revived by the simplest method of meditation is recommended for this age. By practical experience also, one can perceive that by chanting this Maha Mantra, or the great chanting for deliverance, one can at once feel transcendental ecstasy coming through from the spiritual stratum. In the material concept of life, we are busy in the matter of sense gratification, and if we were in the lower animal stage, a little elevated from this status of sense gratification, one is engaged in mental speculation for the purpose of getting out of the material clutches. A little elevated from this speculative status, when one is intelligent enough, one tries to find out the supreme cause of all causes, within and without. When one is factually on the plane of spiritual understanding, surpassing all the stages of sense, mind, and intelligence, he is then on the transcendental plane. Chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is enacted from the spiritual platform, and thus this sound vibration surpasses all lower strata of consciousness, namely sensual, mental, and intellectual. There is no need, therefore, to understand the language of this mantra, nor is there need for mental speculation or intellectual adjustment for the chanting of this Maha Mantra. It is automatic, coming from the spiritual platform, and as such, anyone can take part in the chanting without any previous qualification. Of course, in a more advanced stage of spiritual understanding, one is expected to avoid committing offenses. But there is no doubt that chanting takes one immediately to the spiritual platform, and one shows the first symptom of this in the urge to dance along with the chanting of this mantra. Yeah, party. We have seen this practically. Even a child can take part in the chanting and dancing. Of course, for one who is too entangled in material life, it takes a little more time. But even such a materially engrossed man is raised to the spiritual platform very quickly. When the mantra is chanted by a pure devotee of the Lord in love, it has the greatest effect on hearers, and as such, this chanting should be heard from the lips of a pure devotee of the Lord, so that immediate effects can be achieved. The word Hara is the form of addressing the energy of the Lord, and the words Krishna and Rama are forms of addressing the Lord himself. Both Krishna and Rama mean the supreme pleasure. Hara is the supreme pleasure energy of the Lord, changed to Hare in the vocative. The supreme pleasure energy of the Lord helps us reach the Lord. The material energy, called Maya, is also one of the multi-energies of the Lord, and we, the living entities, are the marginal energy of the Lord. The living entities are described as superior to material energy. When the material energy is in contact with the inferior, material energy, an incompatible situation arises. But when the marginal energy is in contact with the superior energy, Hara, it is established in its happy, normal condition. These three words, namely Hare, Krishna, and Rama, are the transcendental seeds of the Maha Mantra. This chanting is a spiritual call for the Lord and his energy to give protection to the conditioned soul. This chanting is exactly like the genuine cry of a child for its mother. Mother Hara helps the devotee achieve the Supreme Father's grace, and the Lord reveals himself to the devotee who chants this mantra sincerely. No other means of spiritual realization is as effective in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy as the chanting of the Maha Mantra. So, let's try something. We're going to do 5 Maha Mantras. It's just Hare, Krishna, Rama, rearranged in a different way. So we're going to do 5 of them all together. You can chant along if you'd like. We are going to go a little bit slower. I encourage you to chant along if you'd like. We're just going to do 5 of them. You can close your eyes. Let's just have a moment of peace. Just don't have to deal with anything for for 1 minute, for 60 seconds. Mantra meditation has really helped me because my mind is really hyperactive. So if I sit and I think, now I'm going to meditate, and I shut my eyes and I look within, I'm never going to get there because my mind is always going a mile a minute. There's always something I need to deal with or do or, feel like I have to at least. So focusing on the words and the sounds, I literally like to close my eyes and I'm making my own ears hear what my mouth is saying. And then everything else gets quiet and I can just focus on that. And then I get the benefits of meditation of all forms, which is really nice. So we're going to do 5 of them all together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And that's it. Super easy. So I encourage you, if you're interested, if you need a little bit of meditation in your life, need to find a little bit of peace, just carve out a couple minutes a day. If you got some japa beads, that always helps. But if not, set a timer. Do 5 minutes at first, do 10 minutes, do 20, 30, an hour. Just sit there and focus on the transcendental sound. And you'll be changed for sure. Test it out, You'll at least feel a little bit more peaceful, have a quiet mind. So that's never a bad thing. But I love you guys. Hope you're doing well. You can always reach out to me if you need anything. I'll do whatever I can, So, yeah, be well. Hare Krishna.